Nike also does e-commerce, and Nike is successful because they have a brand. Puma is successful because they have a brand. So e-commerce is a game of brand because you cannot change your product again and again. You have what you manufacture. You cannot just close a factory.
Makes
So
sense.
e-commerce is a branding game. But if I talk about drop shipping, there are different stores in drop shipping.
So, welcome, Ojas. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the another Homo Sapien podcast. It's all about giving values to the students,
Yeah.
especially and how they can learn from the experience. And
Hmm.
as you are a successful student, if I can call you that, so let's
You can say
start
that.
from there. Yeah. So as your experience starts from drop shipping, most of your experience lies there. So
Yeah.
we will go take that route. So first question would be, how can someone start drop shipping?
Yeah.
Like if he or she wants to start, how much money he needs, like step by step process, if you can just tell everything about
Sure.
from your.
So the step-by-step process would be first learn Facebook ads. Basically, the skills that are needed for dropshipping, the major skill is Facebook ads. Then the next thing that you need to learn is product research. You need to understand what products sell, what AliExpress is, how products on AliExpress run, stuff like. Then you need to write down a proper budget that I will spend this amount. If it exceeds this, I will stop the store. Basically, because you should not be overspending it, because you don't, when your credit card is spending it automatically on Facebook ads, you don't realize how much you have spent. So that's a big mistake. So you have to make a budget, and that budget should range to around 50 to 60,000 rupees in Facebook ads. And then there are other expenses like GST, like Shopify theme, but those are one-time investments, so I won't count that, and that depends on person to person, because GST has no one fixed rate. Themes are they are priced differently, so there is no one fixed rate. For Facebook ads, you should have 50 to 60,000 at minimum. If after that you cannot start reinvesting, then you should stop the store. Then it's not working.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So the first step would be to be done by the legal things that are all there, as you said, GST and all of that. It's needed for the new Facebook accounts, right? And if you're running ads in the US, might not be required, but it's required. So better to be done by.
GST is required for payment gateways, basically.
Yes.
The main need is that. PayPal will ask for your GST.
Yes. Okay. So done. Do all the legal things. So that's the first thing. And side by side, because it takes time, it takes some time, 4 5 days, 7 days, start learning about Facebook ads as much as you can. Or if I can take it, if you have more time, then learn about the marketing tactics, like the marketing mindset, everything around marketing, right? And the third thing would be like just go into it, create a store, start selling the product that you have given time to the research part. Also, you have said when you are talking about product research part, you said AliExpress. So there would be many more ways, I'm pretty much sure. I know like there are more ways. So if you can just talk about how can someone go about it. So Facebook ads, my suggestion would be go on YouTube, watch all the videos. Like there are 100, 150 videos. Like just watch all of them. You will have an idea. Product research, doesn't matter how much you like, how many videos you watch, you are not gonna learn until you actually go on AliExpress and all of those. Like, so what would be your suggestions, like practical steps? Now,
for Facebook ads, my suggestion would be the same. Either go on YouTube, find a good YouTuber, go through all his videos. Second,
can you name one of them?
There's no, but I have not been, learning on YouTube since a long time, so I don't know. Yeah, you can go on Udemy, you can buy a $700. It's a very cheap course. Or the best thing for Facebook ads is once you learn the basics, which you can do from YouTube very easily, just 5-6 videos, then start working for people for free. That will, because when you run Facebook ads, you learn the most. Try to run Facebook ads for other people for free.
So get clients.
Yeah. So you don't have to spend your own money on Facebook ads. You first try to spend other people's money.
Makes sense.
Next, for product research, there are different strategies, but every strategy comes down to AliExpress, because AliExpress is the very basic. There are many other sources. You can have Chinese suppliers. There are many other websites as well. But AliExpress is the very basic. For a person who's starting out, he goes to AliExpress or eBay. He can do eBay, but AliExpress is better for now for a starting person.
Okay.
So go to AliExpress and go on YouTube again. Look for product research strategies. Don't buy any course.
Okay.
Dropshipping courses are not very good. Most of them,
Okay.
like courses are not more courses. If you want, if there's somebody who's saying that buy my course, just tell him give me mentorship one-on-one.
Better.
So
yeah. So about current situation, what would be your views about pandemic, drop shipping's whole situation?
So there are many different point of views, but if I talk about from a dropshipping / e-commerce point of view, dropshipping is very slow. There are people who are still doing it in US and European countries, but it's very slow. For someone who's just starting out, who doesn't know anything about dropshipping, they should not start right now. It's a very bad time to start right now because the chances to fail are higher. A person who's experienced, he'll handle it, but a person who's new might fail. So you should not start dropshipping right now. What you should invest your time in right now, if you have planned that you want to do dropshipping once in your life, learn Facebook ads, get clients, go freelance, learn TikTok ads, go freelance, learn Google ads, go freelance, learn the market.
Okay. And people are like spending less on ads right now because they are also not selling, so that would be a little bit hard also.
Yeah.
Right. And I want to take that route, as you mentioned, e-commerce and drop shipping. So there is a slight difference between both of them, like, right? So if we can just talk about that from your perspective, what is e-commerce or branding and difference between drop shipping from that?
So a very brief description. E-commerce is getting a product to your doorstep. Drop shipping is getting a product on your doorstep which you don't own.
Okay. Cool enough.
If I give an example with that, if I'm selling a toothbrush in e-commerce, I make the toothbrush. I sell it to you online and I deliver it to you.
Okay.
If I'm selling a toothbrush in drop shipping, someone else is making the toothbrush. I'm not buying it from him. I'm selling it to you and I'm telling the person to sell it to you directly.
So basically, you are the middle person finding end customers for the manufacturers.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when we talk about branding, like some people go for white labeling, some people, like all of that stuff. Like, if we can talk about that, like what's branding and how is it different than drop shipping? How is it different than?
So e-commerce is a game of branding. E-commerce is a brand game. Nike also does e-commerce, and Nike is successful because they have a brand. Puma is successful because they have a brand. So e-commerce is a game of brand because you cannot change your product again and again. You have what you manufacture. You cannot just close a factory.
Makes sense.
E-commerce is a branding game. But if I talk about dropshipping, there are different stores in dropshipping. I'll give you a very brief on them. There are general stores, there are niche stores, and there are one product stores.
Yes.
If you talk about general stores is not a branding game because you find product every day. It's a product game. Niche store is a brand game because, for example, if I'm in the pet niche, I have to build a brand in the pet niche so that people can trust me.
Okay. And that includes more than Facebook marketing, Facebook advertisement.
Yeah, you have to run, like you have to get engagement on Instagram, get engagement on Facebook. Branding is a whole other game, and it's a very
creating the whole company.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have most of your experience lies in journal store, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but most of my success lies in one product store.
So was there any reason to not to convert into like a white label product or a fully fledged branded website?
I have done white labeling. I have done fully fledged branded products. Because what happens is when you white label and when you sell branded products, you make better money. There is more money there, but there's also more work and more investment. White labeling requires you to be an investor because once you get into white labeling, you are no longer a dropshipper. You are an e-commerce person because white labeling, for everyone who doesn't know what white labeling is, for example, I'm selling the same toothbrush, but what I see is that I am able to sell this toothbrush to thousands of people.
Yes.
At $5. What I will do is I will tell the manufacturer, deliver 2,000 toothbrushes to my warehouse or my house or my office, but attach a brand name, attach the name Ojas Batra to the toothbrush so that I can sell it for $9.99 instead of $5.
Okay.
and
Makes
then
sense.
I will sell you the toothbrush directly, and you will buy it because Ojas Batra is selling it, not because it's just a toothbrush.
Yes, makes a lot of sense. And you have to be, don't sell toothbrush, you have to be a dentist. Like, it's better to be a dentist. That's just this. If someone is taking this literally. So let's talk about your journey. Like, when did you start? You're 16, right? Almost 16 right now.